Welcome to Math TV with Professor V. Here's your integral of the day. I thought it was time we did another trig sub. And ooh, I fell in love with this one as I was solving it. It cleaned up so cute. Okay, so we have a definite integral from 0 to 1/2 of x times the square root of 1 minus 4x squared. Now, normally when you see the form that you have, you got to memorize the 3 different substitutions to make. But if you have a squared minus x squared, then you usually let x equal a sine theta. But what to do here, because notice we have a 4x squared, not just plain old x squared. It's really not that big of a deal. So 1 is still just, 1 squared minus, this is the quantity 2x squared. So for this particular problem, what we're going to need to do is let this whole quantity, in this case 2x, equal a, which is just 1 sine theta, like that, okay? Now from here, you can get x by itself, or you can leave it there and then take the derivative. If you want to just divide both sides by 2, so that means x is going to be 1/2 sine theta, and then now dx would be 1/2 cosine theta d theta. Good? Fabulous. Now, this integral is all in terms of x, so let's rewrite everything. So we have an integral in terms of theta. Okay, we'll switch the limits in just a second. Now, here we go, color coding party. X, plain old x, I'm going to replace with 1/2 sine theta. Okay, here we go, 1/2 sine theta. Then we have square root 1 minus, okay, now 2x was just sine theta, 4x squared would be sine squared theta, which is just what we want, because remember we want to be able to use our Pythagorean identities right there. Okay, I promised color coding and then here I am not color coding. Okay, the yellow. Ba-dum, ba-dum. There we go. And then lastly we have this dx. Who is dx? It's 1/2 cosine theta d theta. So times 1/2 cosine theta d theta. Okay, this is a definite integral, so we need to change our limits of integration. These limits right here, this gets tricky for students, okay? These limits right here are limits for, check the variable, this integral is still in terms of x, so those are x limits. How do I get them to become, what do I need? I need theta limits. Well, you're gonna pop right back over here where you made your little substitution, or you decided how to change from x to thetas. I wanted this to be a cute little box and it's not cooperating. Okay, so we know that x is 1/2 sine theta. These limits are x limits, x. So I'm gonna replace them here. Let's replace 1/2, substitute it in for x, equals 1/2 sine theta. That means sine theta would equal 1. Remember, we restrict theta when we do these trig subs, so the only theta that would satisfy that is pi over 2, although there's only one spot on the unit circle anyways. Now for the lower limit, which is 0, 0 equals 1/2 sine theta. That means sine theta is 0, which means theta is 0. Okay, so those are our new limits. I'm going to plug them in here. 0, pi over 2. I know when you do u sub, it goes the other way around. Like you plug in, when you're doing u sub, yeah, you plug in these limits in for the other variable. Just ask yourself, who do these belong to? We'll check. It says dx, so they must match, okay? And if I'm trying to switch to theta, then these get plugged in where x is, and then you solve for theta, okay? That's the only question you need to ask yourself, and you'll be fine from there. All right, now currently this integral is looking like a mess, but it's going to clean up beautifully. Watch this. We're going to take the constants out, yeah? Always. So 1/2 times 1/2, we got a 1/4 out front, 0 to pi over 2. And then now I'm going to group these guys together. So I've got a sine theta and a cosine theta. Sine theta, cosine theta. Square root, instead of 1 minus sine squared theta, I'm going to replace that with cosine squared theta, and then we have d theta still. That's the whole point of doing the trig sub, right? So you can free up the expression underneath the radical. So here I have cosine theta times another cosine theta, so that's cosine squared theta. So we've got 1/4 0 to pi over 2 sine theta cosine squared theta d theta. Now from here, ooh, just a little bit more to go, but the cleanup is cute. Now this is why in the previous lesson you learned what u subs were appropriate with trig functions. You see this odd man out, right? I see cosine to a higher power and then one lonely little sine theta. What you need to tell yourself is, I want this to be absorbed in du. So we're going to do a u sub, right? But I want du to involve sine theta. So think backwards. Who does u have to be if du has a sine theta in it? Oh, u has to be cosine theta. You're like, but I see cosine squared theta in the integral. Should I add a squared? No, just to the first power. Just to the first power. Then du is negative sine theta d theta. Am I worried there's a negative? No, it's no big deal. I can just go negative du is sine theta cosine sine theta d theta, excuse me, and we're ready to go. You see that? So that's my negative du, that little kidney bean. Let me put the negative out front, du. And then instead of cosine squared theta, I'm going to have u squared, right? Now, what about these limits of integration? I got to switch them to u. Currently, they are limits for what variable? They belong to theta. So I'm going to plug them in for theta. You see, this is different than what we did just a second ago. I know. So u of pi over 2 is cosine of pi over 2, which is 0. And then u of 0 is cosine of 0, which is 1. Whew. Okay. I told you it was going to clean up nice. You know what I want to do, right? So badly. Switch it, make it positive 1/4 from 0 to 1 u squared du. And then now it's easy peasy to finish off this integral. You could have probably learned how to do this in kindergarten. 1/4 times. Add 1 to the exponent, so we'll have 1/3 u cubed evaluated from 0 to 1. So that's just 1/12. 1 cubed minus 0 cubed, which is 1/12. I told you this one was sweet because it just cleaned up so cute, right? It was like a hot mess along the way and then 1/12. I love it so much. Okay, I got excited doing this one. I hope you enjoyed this too. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite part was. Did you think this was spicy, or was it just sweet, or was it spicy and sweet? Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. Share it with your friend, your neighbor, your cousin, whoever you think would enjoy it. And I appreciate all your support. You can also see what I'm up to on Instagram and TikTok at Math TV with Professor V. And if you want access to exclusive content and whatnot, you can join my Patreon. All the info is in the description. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all. Bye.